character generation technique that is currently in use.
So that then is how we'll be actually working on all the new processors, graphic computing at its very best. And let's explore all of this more with Deepanshu Sharma, the head of AMD India for marketing. Deepanshu. Welcome to the next big thing. Okay, so we just saw a very interesting little demonstration of, how graphic processing, how true brute raw force processing of processors will take us forward into this whole new era. But other thought processes say that we're being fed all this because it's the perfect strategy between the operating system makers, the application makers, and you guys.
It's actually just the reverse.
Okay.
The demands of the customers are increasing quite a bit.
Okay.
If you go back to the early 80s and the early 90s, we used to be working in a non-graphic world.
Okay.
And then there was this transition from non-graphic, text-based computing to actually graphics-based computing, GUI as we called it, with Windows 95. And as we went along, Windows 95 was also being used primarily as something for word processing and spreadsheets.
Right.
But come 2000s and onwards, the dependence on graphics and multimedia entertainment is so huge that your computer is practically now becoming the hub of your digital entertainment. So you have a split personality which is half digital now. Whether you're talking about digital photographs, or you're talking about home videos, or you're talking about music, and music which is not just audio, it's so visual today.
Right, correct.
So all of that has put demands on the processing power that you require. And so it's demanding customers which then feed back into how the technology needs to progress in the future.
Okay, so the conspiracy theorists have another little thing that they always come up with, that the very success of products like all these new netbooks from Asus and Dell, and now Lenovo just introduced one a few days back, and the astounding numbers that they are selling at kind of proves the opposite. And that is, if you really see these products, what do they have? They have a really nowhere near a state-of-the-art processor, very less RAM, doesn't even have a hard drive, and you can still survive because you just need something that takes you online, and you're doing quite well. So where then is the need for all this brute force that you're forcing into the market?
Forcing into the market is a strong word, I'd say, but as you're talking about heavier and heavier files, and you're talking about more intense graphics and audio and animation content, even the web is going to put those challenges in front of you. Okay. Even if you're talking about cloud computing, which is a beautiful topic to talk about, we're talking about all content sitting on the web, perhaps even your processing power and your applications are sitting on the web, which you're, let's say, renting out. At the same time, in the front end, you would need a device which is powerful enough to talk to that device and make sure that you're able to run it the same way. Because when you're talking about, let's say, streaming a video off the web or listening to an audiobook, your device in the front end, no matter how thin it is, it still needs that kind of a matching power to make sure that you're able to enjoy it. And hence the customer experience is going to be so demanding that you will not accept anything which is less than, let's say, HD. And so how do you make sure that HD video getting streamed from the web onto your, whether it's a mobile device or a desktop computer? So it goes hand in hand. No two technologies can be so disconnected from each other that they cannot talk to each other.
Let's take a look at some of the other things that are coming out from your portfolio. Some very interesting things that I think I've discovered for the first time too. So if you thought AMD was just processors and that's pretty much it, this is how wrong you are.
It's the technology that will cut down the size of the processor chips to half, and it is the future of microprocessor in terms of design. Fusion is a hybrid of sorts that combines the central processing unit with the graphics processing unit. This integration has many benefits for better, cheaper and faster computing experience when it comes to digital content heavy on graphics. It hopes to make the chip more power efficient and generate less heat.